She was born in Gregory Park, Portmore, St. Catherine, but was taken to Bog Walk when she was just a week old. Volunteering is in her blood. Ms. Karen Sidhu says she feels fulfilled when she's serving her fellow citizens, and it all started when she was a teen. This month, we salute this passionate community hero.
I had a passion for helping people from I was very young, but what really got me into the meat of the matter, even though I started doing volunteerism when my daughter was a student at a prep school, but I got into it really seriously in 1998 when I re-established the Church Road Citizens Association and became the president. And at that time I was working at the Jamaica Information Service as a producer reporter. And so I got really serious with volunteerism in 1998.
Ms. Sidhu says the idea of establishing True United Sisters came to her at age 17 as she observed her parents trying creative means to ensure the family's survival.
So my mother thought of an idea or thought about what she could have done to boost what she usually gets for the four of us, because there were four of us, two brothers and a sister and myself. And she came up with this idea to buy the big milk powder paper bag, they usually call them at Nestle at the time. And she usually cut them in different sizes to sell for different prices. And she sold them at the Old Harbor and Spanish Town markets. So one night I wanted to study, but I could not study because I had to stay up with my sister and brothers to ensure that the following morning she had the bags to sell. And I was kind of upset, but I understood what she was doing to help us, right? So I said, you know, when I grow big, I want to have an organization to help students, in particular, and unemployed and unskilled women. The vision was from age 17, but the establishment of the organization came 25 years after. I just got up one day and said, you know, it's full time now. This is dragging out too long. And I just started True United Sisters with some of my friends.
She says when it started, she would use her own money to send women to classes.
The JIS part of it also helped me to do what I'm doing today, because I was the producer of a 5-minute feature called Roundabout JA. And as the name suggests, I had to go all over Jamaica to get stories and so on to highlight for Roundabout JA. So that too inspired me to volunteer and to do community work. But then I became so involved, it became such a big part of me that even when I left the JIS and I went to other agencies, I just couldn't focus on the work. I just wanted to go there and help people, because there are so many persons who need assistance, so many persons who are unaware of their rights, you know, their opportunities and so on and so forth. So there was a time when I was working at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security as a public relations officer. I could not focus because some of my former co-workers, they couldn't understand why I was in this thing. And I can say it on camera. They even took my name to the permanent secretary to say all I talk about is True United Sisters. And I really wished at that time that I could have left and just do this thing on my own, just help people. And it was while I was at the Ministry of Labour working that I saved some money to pay my UE tuition. That is my degree, because I'd done the diploma in mass comm before. And I saved up my money to do my degree in mass communications. And I went and I took all of it from the credit union, and which was close to $150,000. I'm talking about 2007. And I went to Linstead, rented a building, bought some furniture, paid 2 teachers. I paid a skills training teacher and literacy teacher. And I got unemployed and unskilled women and invited them and to teach them to teach them a skill and so on and so forth. So that is how passionate I was, that I took my school money, as we'd say, my tuition, and rented that place and did all of that.
Since then, the organization has grown. It even has a small chapter in Canada run by Mr. and Mrs. Orrit Smith.
This is our 3rd location. But you talk about expanding, we have expanded the programs as well. Because when we started, we usually assist unemployed and unskilled women. Now we're working with young people, we work with senior citizens, the indigent, youths at risk. The My Students of the Month program now is geared specifically at students who are performing well, right? So what we do, we provide their lunch money and their bus fare for the month. So we might select 2 students for a month, and we do that for them. We get the total cost, and we would, provide that for them. So that's my students for the month. Senior citizens, we have a program called Someone Cares. And this program is primarily for the seniors who don't have anybody in particular to care for them. So we place them on the program. They might be hypertensive, they might be diabetic, they might be visually impaired, whatever kind of disabilities. We place them on the program. Sometimes we'd go to their homes, we'd clean their houses, provide whatever they need, groceries and so on and so forth, assist them with medication, fair to the doctor's appointment, that kind of thing, so that someone cares.
There's also a back-to-school program.
When we start having these big award ceremony, and each year we'd identify students who are in need, students who have excelled, because we have different categories. We have the scholarships, we have the needy part of it, and different categories. So it has been a success. Last year, 2022, we awarded $594,000 to 22 students. So each year it kind of gets bigger, right? So that is one of our main programs. With the unemployed and unskilled women, if they come to us and we find that they're genuine and so on, and we can assist them to get a skill with funding, we also do that. When we started out, it wasn't so bad. Let me just get straight to the point. We get most of our funding from overseas, from persons who I don't even know, who don't even know me. Because we have a Facebook page, True United Sisters, and people would see some of the things that we do, and they would contact us because there's a number. And sometimes they say, oh, I see somebody who wants so-and-so, I want to sponsor that person. Because sometimes we go out to these persons and highlight their needs, and people would respond, or we'd ask specifically for assistance for them. Because during COVID, we gave away a lot of tablets and, the credit and so on and so forth, and people would see a feature student or students and it could call and say, I want to donate a tablet for that person, or to give that person credit, or that kind of thing. So in terms of donations, we could do with some more, but I'm not going to complain, because we have been getting donations from persons, as I said, overseas. And I must add here that the Bureau of Gender Affairs is a great support of ours. We get a monthly subvention from them. So while we are not able to answer all the calls, we're able to answer most of them. Some of the students who have passed through, who have gotten assistance from us, who have gone on to make us proud, we can point and say, well, that person has benefited, and now that person is doing so and so, and now that person is doing so and so. That kind of stands out in my mind. The small business operators, for example, there is a lady who I have to talk about. She is Claudia Brown. Claudia, I think it was about 2 years or so ago, she got 50 chickens and some feed, and she has not stopped her business. She used to do the chicken rearing before, and then she went into a kind of, right. And then she asked us for assistance, and we gave her that assistance, and we're proud of her because she has maintained the business despite the small profit. We are proud of people like those who we try to assist, and they try to move on. If I can talk about a young lady, a real young lady. Her name is Kadeen Grant. She's now studying medicine at UA. She has been on the program from first form at Arden. So you imagine she did 7 years in high school. I think it's her 3rd year now, and she's still on our back to school and educational program. And I feel really proud because she has made us proud.
Hello, my name is Kadeen Grant, and I'd like to thank Ms. Sudu for all the hard work and the kindness that she has shown me. Thanks to Ms. Sudu and her organization, True United Sisters, I've received aid for my education for the last 10 years. Her kindness even extends beyond my situation, as I've seen her give care packages to the elderly, students, and also the disabled. Her contributions to Jamaica truly deserve to be recognized, and I pray that her legacy continues to go before her.
Yeah, we still go over some place down in some gullies to distribute packages to senior citizens. Sometimes she has sleepless night thinking about how she's gonna get funds for a student to go back to college or to pay CXCR, unskilled mothers and so forth.
I think Ms. Karen Sudu is a community hero because she goes all out to see to it that less fortunate persons, whether it be an adult or a child, whether it's nearby or far away, she sometimes goes out of the parish to go and assist person. Once she is aware of the person's unfortunate situation, then she makes every effort to go and help that person. She has no gender bias. And it doesn't matter where the person lives, she just wants to make a difference.
So how does it feel to be so dedicated to serve your community?
Good. I mean, people would not understand. You know, people say to me, Karen, why you do that? People are ungrateful. They've not even said thanks. It doesn't matter. I don't want any thanks from them. My blessing is from the Lord. And I think I told another person in another interview, this is my calling. Because if it wasn't my calling, I wouldn't be doing it. Because it's really, really challenging. It's not so simple and easy. People say, Karen, why you do that? It looks so easy. I mean, but I know what I go through. It was much easier when I was driving, when I had my own vehicle. I've not been driving. Wherever I go, we charter, right? But it gives me that fulfilling, I can't find the words. I'm fulfilled then. When I know that I was able to give an elderly person a bag of groceries and they never had anything. There's a gentleman who is diabetic and he lost 2 of his toes. And the other day I took a bag of groceries to him and he was eating a cracker. And he said, you know, the last bag I have, and what have you, I'm gonna have to cook. I mean, when somebody says that to you, you just took a bag of groceries to the person. You didn't even know that was their situation. And you were able to give him something. No, you must feel satisfied.
I would consider her as a community hero because over the past years, when I said years, you're looking at about probably 20 odd years worth of trying to give back to this community here. She is the founder, or should I say co-founder of the Bog Walk CDC, mean Community Development Commission, which we all look forward to her doing things for us when it comes back to school, when it comes back to helping out with the senior citizen, back to helping the disabled, just about everything here in this community. We look towards Miss Karen to do for help because of her knowledge, and not just her knowledge, our experience and our whole willingness of selfless just giving back to the community.
Despite the challenges with transportation and just funding on a whole, the True United Sisters are looking to expand their service offerings.
We want to assist them to go to school in terms of financial assistance and so on, because they have some groups that people have forgotten or they get very little help. So, you know, we have been doing what we can do with the resources that we have.
Ms. Sadu is asking for your help.
That is what we'd really, really welcome, because we can't do anything. We have the vision, we have the ideas, we have everything apart from the finances. Please feel free to contact us at 876-421-0404. That's 876-421-0404, or we're located in Church Road, that's in Bog Walk in St. Catherine.